everyone, TPS Miner here. Welcome back to the TPS Miner channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create simple batch files for dual mining Ethereum and ETH-TON and Ethereum and ETH-ALPH in lolMiner version 1.48. So lolMiner version 1.48 is the latest release of lolMiner that allows you to unlock up to about 78% of the Ethereum hash rate on your LHR GPUs. So I recently did a video where I showed you how to create these simple batch files for just mining Ethereum. Today we're going to take it a step further and we're going to add in the dual mining capability. So you can see here I do have a miner running. We are dual mining Ethereum and ETH-TON. And let's take a look at the batch file that came with the miner and see what we have. So we're going to look at the user editable part. And the first two variables we have here are the Ethereum pool and the Ethereum wallet. Then we have the ETH-TON pool and the ETH-TON wallet. And then we've got a section for extra parameters. Now, the extra parameters aren't easily identifiable here. You could go off and do some research, figure out what they need to be, how to set them. I'm going to go ahead and give you the ones that I believe are the most important to get you up and running and to simplify the batch file. So once we get past the user editable part, we get to the section of code that determines the location of the lolMiner executable and then sets that variable with the path to the executable. Once we have that information, then we've got a section of code that is determining what version of Windows we're running, and based on that information, we'll build the executable with all of the variables that are required to get the miner started. So if we're running Windows 10, we would run this section, and if we're running another version of Windows, it would run this section. Okay. Let's take a look at the simplified batch file, and I'll show you what we've done. So we've kept the Ethereum pool and the Ethereum wallet. We've just filled in our own information. So I'll be using Ethermine, and my Ethereum wallet and my worker name is my test bench. And same for the ETH-TON pool and the ETH-TON wallet. I've just filled in the ETH-TON pool that I want to use and my ETH-TON wallet. And I've added these two additional variables of devices and CCLK. So the devices variable is allowing us to specify which device in our mining rig we want to be dual mining, and the CCLK allows us to apply a core clock offset or a locked core clock. So in the case of my test bench, I have a 3060 LHR graphics card in the test bench as device 0. So we've specified that as device 0. And we've applied a core clock of 1500, so what this will do is lock the core clock at 1500. You'll notice that I am not setting the memory clock or a power limit. We are still controlling that using MSI Afterburner. So for the memory clock, I do have a plus 1100. The power limit I'm leaving at 100 because we are controlling the power consumption of the card using the locked core clock, and I do have my fan set at 80%. Okay, so now let's go back and look at how we've constructed the batch file. So instead of having a piece of software in the batch file or some code in the batch file that's determining the location of the executable file, we are giving an absolute path to the executable directly. So we can do that by putting quotation marks, the path to the executable, slash the name of the executable, followed by quotation marks. And we find that path by going over here and looking in the miner in the directory where the miner exists, and we just right mouse click on that, select properties, and here's the location of that file. So we can just simply copy this, paste that into the batch file, add an additional slash, and add lolMiner.exe, which is what you see here. Okay, once we've got the absolute path identified, then we can start building the arguments. So the first argument is the algorithm, in this case ET hash, because we are dual mining Ethereum and ETH-TON. The second argument is the pool, and that's the Ethereum pool, -- pool, and we specify the argument by putting an exclamation point, the name of the variable, and followed by another exclamation point, and that tells the miner to use the variable pool that we've set up above. So in this case, it will use us1.ethereum.org, $4444 as the pool. The next thing we need is our Ethereum user, -- user. And in that case, the variable is wallet with an exclamation point on either side. And that tells the miner to use the variable wallet that we specified above. And in this case, it's our Ethereum wallet dot our worker name. So the next variable we need is -- dual mode. So that tells the miner that the dual mode is TON dual. So we will be dual mining Ethereum and TON. And then we're putting in the TON information. So -- dual pool with exclamation point TON pool exclamation point tells the miner to use the variable TON pool that we specified earlier. And then we just continue to repeat with dual user, and the user is our TON wallet. And then devices is the variable devices that we had specified earlier that allows us to select which device we want to be dual mining. And then the variable -- cclk will allow us to apply a core clock to that device that we specified. Now I've also added back in this -- watchdog exit. So this is allowing us to utilize or invoke the watchdog in the event that the card were to crash. So then the next line, 2 lines, timeout of 10, and then go to end in the event that the watchdog is invoked, and then we just go to the end of the batch file. So we go ahead, we save this, we run it as administrator, and you can see it's just so much simpler, so much easier to use. And let's hop over to back into the miner and just take a look at what we're seeing. And I went ahead and grabbed a snapshot earlier so we wouldn't need to try and catch this as it's scrolling through. But let's see what we're getting here. For Ethereum, we're getting 36.14 megahash per second. At the pool, at the time that I took the snapshot, we were getting a reported hash rate of 34.55. So slightly less than what we're seeing in the miner, but this will fluctuate slightly over time. And for TON, you can see we're at 1.028 gigahash in the software at the miner, and at the pool, we're reporting 1.15 gigahash. So again, we're doing quite well. As far as power consumption goes, we're at 135.4 watts. Now, for comparison, when we were just mining Ethereum, our hash rate was about 38 megahash, and our power consumption was about 120, 125 watts. So we've lost about 2 megahash on our Ethereum. We're using about 15 more watts of power, but we are also now getting a 1.02 gigahash on TON. So again, great results, simplified batch file. So this covers the Ethereum TON. Now let's move on and take a look at Ethereum and ETH-ALPH. Okay, we are back. We are now dual mining Ethereum and ETH-ALPH. So you can see we do have the miner running. And let's go ahead and take a look at the executable or the batch files. So this should look familiar. The first 2 variables under the user editable part are our Ethereum pool and our Ethereum wallet, followed by the worker name. Then we have 2 variables for the ETH-ALPH pool and the ETH-ALPH wallet. And in this case now we do have an extra parameter added, -- API port, and it's set to a value of 8020. So we're going to keep this in mind. We will need this for building our simplified batch file. And then everything below the user editable part is the same. The first section is locating the miner executable, then setting a variable that specifies the path to that executable. Then we look for our Windows version, and then based on our Windows version, the batch file will either execute the Windows 10 section or the other Windows section, depending on the version of Windows you have. So let's go ahead now and look at the simplified batch file. And again, we've kept all the variables. We kept the Ethereum pool and wallet variables. We've just replaced the information with our specific details. We kept the ETH-ALPH pool and wallet and simply added in our ETH-ALPH pool and our ETH-ALPH wallet. And we've added in the 2 variables for devices and core clock. And again, we're using the same 3060 we had used for dual mining ETH and TON. So devices is going to equal 0 for us, and we are setting the core clock to a lock of 1500. And we've added in the variable now API port, and we've set that variable equal to 8020. And you'll see how we use that below when we're constructing the miner executable and the variables. So again, we are using the absolute path to the lolMiner executable. Then for algo, --algo, we're using ET hash again because we are dual mining Ethereum and Alephium. The next argument, --pool with exclamation point, pool exclamation point, again, just points back to the pool variable that we specified above. --user with exclamation point, wallet exclamation point, again, just pointing back to the wallet that we had specified in the variable table. Now, because we're dual mining Alephium, our dual mode, --dual mode argument will change. It is now ALEPH dual, so Aleph dual. And then the next two variables that we're specifying are the dual pool and dual user. And again, that is the Alephium pool and the Alephium wallet that we had specified in the variables above. Then we added in the --devices and --cclk to specify which device that we're using for dual mining and the core clock that we want applied to that device. And then you see we added in this --API port argument. And the variable here is exclamation point API port exclamation point that we had specified above, and that was the value of 8020. And the last thing we added here is --watchdog exit, and that will allow us to invoke the watchdog. And again, below that, timeout 10, go to end and pause, and that's all there is for the batch file. So let's go ahead back to the miner, and let's take a look and see how we're doing. Again, we are applying a 100% power limit because we're using the core clock in the batch file to control the power consumption. We are specifying or applying a memory clock of plus 1100, and we're controlling the fan speed at 80%, again, all in MSI Afterburner. So let's take a look again at the batch file, and what I've done, or in the executable miner file, what I've done, I took a screenshot again so that we didn't have to try and catch this as it's scrolling through. And let's take a look at the statistics. We have been running for over 19 hours now, and you can see here the API port that we specified is now being used for mining Alephium. So we're using port 8020. And the information about our Ethereum mining, and then information for our Alephium mining. But let's take a look at the performance. Again, we are using a 3060 LHR, and we're getting 36.52 megahash, which is more than what we were seeing when we were dual mining with ETH-TON. And let's take a look at the Alephium hash rate. We're at 487.14 megahash, and doing a little bit better at the pool. So again, doing quite well on both mining Ethereum and Alephium. So I would say that lolMiner 1.48 is helping us improve our Ethereum hash rate. And I think we're also improving our Alephium hash rate. So 1.48 lolMiner seems to be doing quite well. Our power consumption is a little higher. We're at 138.9 watts. So if you recall, when we were just mining Ethereum, we were right around 38 megahash at about 120 watts. But again, we've lost a little bit of Ethereum hash rate, but we are getting 487 megahash on Alephium, and only consuming about 18 watts more in power. So all in all, I would say this has been a very enlightening test. It has shown me that we can do a little bit better dual mining both Ethereum TON and Ethereum Alephium using the lolMiner version 1.48. Both configurations have been quite stable. I have been listening to the viewers. I've heard what you've told me. I have lowered my memory clocks, and it absolutely has shown better stability in the dual mining. So I do thank you all for your feedback. And with that being said, if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified of future content. And again, I do appreciate everyone taking the time to watch this video. I do appreciate everyone's feedback. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.